Okay, perfect. So I think I'm live. I welcome you all to this session, which is on mixed projects, right? So we are going to understand here some of the projects. We are going to start with some simple projects, and slowly we will increase the the projects level. So this is also projects are under beginner level. So any beginner person who are following my playlist, they will be understanding this. Okay. Now this session, we are going to understand projects as I have already discussed, and this is lesson number 47. Projects will be based on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. Now, if you guys are new here, then let me tell you about what is going on here basically. So, we are CodeBeyond. This is a part of Unacademy, and in this channel, we are just providing you a free content or a playlist on front-end development. So front-end development, basically what all basic topics are covered like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's what we are doing here. Okay. So if you look at this session number, this 47, and we already have done uh, till 46. So you can go ahead to the playlist and you can check out all the different sessions if you're new. And if you do not know about me, then let me tell you about myself. My name is Ritwik Raj and I'm a corporate trainer, but also I've worked as a research analyst and a subject matter expert in most of the edtech companies. I have 3+ years of teaching experience and I have trained graduates and corporate employees from Capgemini and Edison. I have trained more than 30K students till now. It is increasing day by day. Subjects which I take is mostly in front-end development, back-end languages, database languages, and some tips and tricks on how to crack interview as well, both virtual and face-to-face. Just give me 1 second. Let me open my live chat in mobile itself so that I can see all the live chats as well. Okay. So I think already many of the participants is here, and I hope you guys are excited to see all the projects, how it's gonna work. So let's let me tell you a very good news here. So the good news is that you can use a code which is RIT10, as you can see here, and you can get a free level sample test paper. Now, if you do not know what is level, then I will tell you in just 1 minute what is it. But if you already know what is Relevel, then you must be knowing what is Relevel sample test paper, because there's an actual test which you have to give, and then you are also getting a sample test paper to get an idea which kind of questions will be asked in your actual test, right? So if you do not have any idea what is Relevel, then let me tell you about it. So basically, many students are there who are from a different background or a different degree. Let's say they are doing BSc or BCom or uh, BTech itself. Okay, they want to move to IT industries, they want to work in IT industries. They have applied for 50 companies, but still they are not getting even a single interview, right? The reasons can be anything. The reason can be your degree, the reason can be your marks, the reason can be your college. Maybe you're from tier 3 college, because many MNC company doesn't go there for an interview. So maybe you're lacking opportunities from those sides, from those corners, right? Now, we here at Relevel, what is this? This is India's first test hiring platform by Unacademy, which is helping job seekers find their dream jobs only on the basis of your skill and talent, not on the basis of your degree or your college. So if you have the skill, if you have the knowledge, then you are getting placed and you will get all the necessary, I mean, all you will get placed. That's it, right? So what are the benefits of this particular test? Now, first of all, this test is totally free. Again, I'm repeating, it's totally free. And also you can give this test on your selected date or on your selected day of your choice. So over 50+ companies, including top startups and unicorns, are there like Upgrad, through which your profile will be getting interviewed and you will get hired. So what is the procedure? That all procedure I will be telling you in just a minute. But you need to understand there are 1,000+ job positions opened across business development, front-end development, and back-end development. So you have a lot of opportunity that you can get placed, right? Now, how you will sign up and register yourself in Relevel? Basically, if you go to the description of the video, you will find a link of Relevel. Click on it. It will take you to the webpage of relevel.com, and you have to sign up there itself. You have to give your mobile number and you have to write your OTP. Once you do that, you'll get into this page where you have to choose which particular test you want to give. So based on your skill, whether you have front-end skills or back-end skills or business development skills, choose that and select it, and then move to booking the slot. So you have to book a slot when you want to give the level test. Slots are limited, so I suggest you to book it fast. Okay. Then you have to fill in the details for your admit card. So you have to fill the full name, email ID, birth year, current state, and gender. And then you have to put down your code, the coupon code which you can use here is RIT10. Once you click on apply, you can click on create account and the account will open and you will get the sample paper. So the free test will be of 1000 marks, right? So if you score above 700 marks, then only your profile will be created and you will be eligible for your interviews and getting hired, correct? So if suppose you are scoring below 700, no problem. After 30 days, you can reattempt the test. Okay. So this sample paper is going to be very useful for you because you're going to understand from this sample paper what type of questions will be asked and how you're going to solve the paper, right, in the limited time. So this is what is the procedure. This is what is the step-by-step registration, and once you do these all things, the registration will be successful and you have to just prepare for the test. So if you've already done the registering, then all the best. If you have not done it, then please do it because slots are limited, as I said. And also, if you're not ready, suppose if you're not skilled enough, you think that the test for the test I'm not ready, right? Then what you can do, CodeBeyond channel, go there, look at the playlist. There are a lot of playlists and live sessions going on. Many educators are taking those sessions. There is CP going on, DSA going on, backend, Python, SQL, front end, all these things are going on. So you can watch that and you can upskill yourself, correct? You can also join the Telegram channel. Not also, but you have to, because once you join this Telegram channel, you will be getting notifications on your Telegram channel that which particular session is when going live and which particular uh, you know subject is they teaching, right? So you can please click this link on the description of Telegram channel and join the Telegram channel as well. Also, please do subscribe the YouTube channel, which is CodeBeyond, so that you get notifications in your YouTube app as well. And please like and share this video if you are already liking it. At last also, I'll be telling you to like and share, so please do that. It will be really helpful. Okay, let's move ahead with mixed projects. So we are going to understand mixed projects not only on CSS but also on HTML and JavaScript. But here, before starting any kind of project, we need to understand that these projects are small and these projects are beginner level or intermediate level, right? So it's not that we won't be using JavaScript. We will be using JavaScript. Whatever we have learned till now, all of the things we'll be using in these projects. So I wanted to make you understand that whatever codes I'm writing, you need to understand each line. Even if one single line, if you're not understanding, then you're not going to understand anything. Okay. Hi, Adit Singh. Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you so much. I hope you're following this content and you are getting enough of knowledge, right? That's all I want. And I also want you guys to please tell other friends as well that these sessions are going on and it's going really good, right? So now you can see my Visual Studio Code. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create some new folders and files, and I'm going to create and I'm going to write the code inside it. Okay. So the first thing what I am going to do here is I'm going to write here calculator.html. Okay. And inside this, we are going to create the calculator program. So this is where we are going to write the calculator program. And I'll do one more thing. I'll open it in the server also so that you can see everything. So I'm going to write here, let's say I'm putting it here, it as code beyond calculator. Fine. This is my title. I'm going to open it with live servers. So let me show you the server first of all. I hope you can see it. No, 1 second. Wait. Okay, now you can. 1 second, let me open another one also. Okay, I hope now you can see everything. So let me run this in the live server. Yes, I hope you can see everything now, right? Just give me a confirmation if you can see the CodeBeyond calculator web page. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's write the program. So what I'm going to do here is, just 1 second. I'm going to come back to the code. I'm going to drag this here. Cool. Fine. So now I think everything is fine. Yeah, you can see both the screens. Cool. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, we are going to put the body. So first of all, we are going to put all the headings and all. So all the body will write, and then later on we'll put the CSS, and then we'll put the JS. Okay. So understand, HTML is used for designing, CSS is used for styling, and JS is used for behavior. So first of all, we'll create a structure of calculator. Okay. So how do we do that? Let's say first of all, I'm giving a div, and here I'm just going to write code beyond calculator. Fine. This is the very first thing which I've written. Let's, because we are going to give some styles to this heading, so I'm going to give here a class. Let's say I'm giving the class here as title. Okay. So this is the very first thing which I've done. Now after that, this is just a heading to just show that code beyond calculator is written there. Here what I'm going to do, here I'm going to write table. Now understand why I'm doing a table, because if you look at the calculator, if you imagine calculator, you have a figure of table, right? It's a table structure. You have rows and column there, right? So don't you think we can create this using table itself? So we are using table, and here we are going to give border as 0. Why? Because using CSS we will apply the borders. Fine. So the table right now is border is 0. There is no border. Now the first row. Now just imagine, because you already know how table works, right? So you must be knowing that TR is the first row. So in the first row, I want two things. Okay. Understand, if you imagine any calculator, right? If you imagine right now any calculator, first thing is the result box, right? The text box where you write the values, where you write the equation, and where the result comes in, right? And then we have one more button which is C or AC. C or AC means that it comes to 0 again. The result comes back to 0. So it resets everything, right? So we'll create two things here. Okay. First of all, what we are going to do is we are going to write TD, and to this we are going to give an input. This input will be a type text, because inside this everything is gonna come. So type text. I'm going to also give an ID, which is result. So can you make a short video on the sequence of video of CodeBeyond to start our coding journey until how to publish it? Okay. The playlist is already there, but I think in the playlist the videos are here and there. So I think you have given me a great suggestion. I'll take it and I'll see if I can make a shorts, YT shorts, and there I can just explain what sequence you should follow to become a front-end developer, or to start your coding journey. Fine, I'll do that, no problem. But meanwhile, you can see the playlist, and one by one you can just open the playlist and you can see what is there. Okay. Meanwhile, but yeah, I'll come up with something. So input type text ID result. Here the result will come. So I am not putting any values here. Okay. Right now I'm not putting any values. The second thing which I want is I want a button, right? So here I'm going to put input type button. Okay, input type button, and then I'm going to put here value. This value I'm putting it as C. Why? You can put C or AC. So this button will have that, right? And after this, I'm going to put here one on click, and here I'm going to give clear. Now understand what is this. Now you must have seen right now that in all my JavaScript programs, what I'm doing, I'm using onClick in the HTML and then I'm writing a function. This function, why I've written, maybe when I'll write the JavaScript code, I will write some functionality for this. That's why I have written it here. Okay. So my two things are ready right now. So let's have a look what is happening in my browser. So if I go to the browser and if I just save this, you can see you are getting the heading, which is CodeBeyond calculator. I'll keep it in the center once we write the CSS, and I'll also make it bold. I'll also make some colors here. Those things I'll do. But have a look at this. Can you see the text box and can you see C? So two things are coming in one row. Inside one row, you have two things. One is the input type text and one is the button, which is C. These all things will not work right now because we have not written any JavaScript code for it, right? Okay, let's come back to the code. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create another row. Obviously, because now we have to write all our numbers. We have to give all our different numbers which we need to provide. So this tr is closed. We are creating another tr, and inside this we'll have td. Again, we'll have input. Now all the numbers which we'll write, let's say 1, 2, 3, and then plus sign, then 4, 5, 6, then minus sign. All these numbers are what? These are buttons, right? So we'll write here type equal to button. Cool. Now inside type equal to button, we will have some values. So let's say first value which we are giving is 1. After that, again, we'll give on click, because if you click this button, something should happen. So again, some function will come here. So let's say I'm putting here it as display. I'll tell you what is this one later on, so don't worry about that. Right now I'll close this. So have a look what I've done. Input type equal to button, to say that's a button. The value of that button is 1. Just how I've written C here, the value of this will come as 1 here. On click display, again this display is a function which will be described in, which will be declared and defined in the JavaScript program. So there we will see what is this display doing there. Fine. But right now, this is the TD which I've written. I have to create 4 such TDs, right? So, okay. And I'm just going to change the numbers. So let's say for this one and this one, I'm going to make it 2. For this one and this one, I'm going to make it 3. And for this one and this one, I'm going to make it divide. Okay. All these are done. Let's see what's happening in my browser. If I go back, if I save this, so you can see what's happening. This is not what was expected, right? I was thinking that 1, 2, 3 and then slash should come below text box, right? But it's not coming below text box. What is the reason? Why do you think this is happening? Now you must have analyzed that this code is not running, or this code is not running as we want, because of only one thing, which is our call span. So if you look at this text box is taking the whole 1 TD, the data, 1 TD area, right? This one is also taking 1 TD area. So that's why it's correct. This is correct. This text box and this button is taking 1 of table data area. So it's correct. What we need to do is, we need to make this text box appear in that manner that it should take 3 spaces. It should take 3 spaces. So what we can do here is, if I come back to the code, I have to mention here in this TD call span 3. If I do that, then this text box area will take 3 spaces, 3 columns. That's how we divide the columns, right? So if I go back and if I save this, now it's correct. Now it's showing me correctly, because 1 button, 2 button and 3 button is taking 3 columns. So this text box is divided into 3 columns. Now it's perfect. Now what I can do, now my code will be easy. What I have to do, I have to just copy this and I have to paste it here. I have to copy this, I have to paste it here. I have to just change the values. So what I'll do, I'll change the values here. Let's say here I'm going to write 4. Here I'm going to write 5. And here I'm going to write 6. And the next value I'm going to give a symbol. So let's say I'm giving here it as minus. Okay, similarly I'll do the another one. So here I'm going to write 7. Here I'm going to write 8. Here I'm going to write 9 and then a plus sign. Now we will have one more. Numbers are completed but symbols are not completed. So one more, and in this we'll have all the symbols. Now understand there is something different here. If I put here dot, dot is basically to give the decimal numbers. Then we have 0. Down we will have equal to, right? And then down we will have multiplication. Fine. Similarly, we'll give all of these things here. So let's say dot. Let's say here 0. Let's say here star. But in equal to, we cannot give this display, because understand, when we click 1, 2, 3 or plus, minus and division, what happens in calculator? The same value gets pasted in the text box, right? If you click 1, 1 gets pasted in the text box. If you click divide, divide also gets pasted in the text box. But when you click equal to, does equal to gets pasted? No, right? Equal to just gives you the solution. So here we are not going to use this display method. We'll use some other method in which we'll write the logic of equating, right? So here we will write a function, let's say equate. Okay, now my HTML is ready. HTML is ready. We have to now make it work and to make it attractive. So let's have a look how this is appearing right now. This is how it is appearing right now. It is not looking very good, right? So we need to make some colors. We need to give some colors to it so that it looks very attractive. So let's start our CSS now. So let's come back to the code and we will start writing our internal CSS. We are going to give here style, and in this we are going to start giving our styles here. Okay, so first of all, remember we have written one title, the title class. So here I'm going to make it as center. How do we make it as center? Text align. We are making it a center. The next what we are going to do, once it is text align, we can also change its color. So let's say I'm changing its color to dark blue. Okay, the next thing I'm going to give here it a border. So let's say I'm giving it here as 2 pixel solid black. Fine. Also I'm going to give here a width, let's say 200 pixel, and one margin bottom so that there is some space between the table and the heading. So let's say 10 pixel. Okay, I'm not saving this. Let's go back to my browser, have a look how this is looking like right now, and let's save this. So we have a border, we have the text color, we have some margin bottom space 10 pixel. So everything is perfect here, and the width is also looking fine. The width is not going and not bulging out, correct? Let's give one more thing here, which is a background color. In that display method, how can we get the click event? That's what we will show you in the JavaScript code. So just wait for 2 minutes. I'm moving into the JavaScript code. Here I'm going to give a background color. Let's say I'm giving here it as this color. Okay, if I and we'll do one more thing, we'll make it bold. Okay, if you look at this, this is how it's looking. CodeBeyond calculator. Fine. This is done. Now we have to do something for our table. Now you must have understood one thing that yesterday, I think I took one session where I have taught you about CSS in tables, right? So there I have taught you how to give CSS in table. We use input, and in what type you want to give the particular properties, you write that. So let's say I'm writing here button, right? In button, all the buttons, in all the buttons, I want something. So let's say in all the buttons, I want the background color to be changed. Let's say I want their blue violet. Okay. Color, I want to change it to white. And the next thing is border. So in all of those tables, I want to give a border, because in HTML I have not given any border. So I'm giving it using CSS. Border is given. Now I'm going to give one more thing, which is width. I'm going to get it 100%. Okay. Now let's go back to my browser and let's see what's happening. So if I save this, this is what is happening, right? So I'm having the table, and this table is width 100%, color is changed. Now it looks quite attractive, but there's one more thing which you have to do, which is for this text box. This text box is not very, it's not having a border. First of all, it's not having a background color itself, right? So we can do that. What we can do here is, let's go to the code, and this is the last CSS which we'll write. So let's write here input. Let's give here type equal to text. Okay. And in this, we're going to provide something. So let's say background color. Let's say the background color, I am taking it as white. And then I'm going to give here border. Let's say the same border I'll give. Let's say this. The next, I'm going to give here width 100% for this as well. Also, I'm going to do one more thing. Okay. I hope you know this. I'm not saving this. Let me show you my browser, and let's save this. So this is, now you can see it looks amazing. Okay. Quite attractive, but yeah, that's fine. But now my calculator is not working. If I click 2, 2 is not coming here. If I click 3, 3 is not coming here. Nothing is happening, right? So now what we should do? So basically the idea is we have to give JavaScript code to it, right? So what we will do, we'll come back to the code and we'll go down. After the table, we'll start giving a script tag, because that's where we write our JavaScript code, right? Now understand that we have 3 methods to write, to actually display, right? We have 3 methods to declare and define. What are those 3 methods? Clear, display, and equate. These are the 3 methods. So first of all, let's start with display. So what I'm going to do here is, we have to declare and define the method. So I'm going to write here display. Now you can see the display is having some argument, right? So we need to have some parameter also here. I'm going to just give here, let's say value. This is my parameter. So all the values, whenever you will click, let's say you will click 7. So display method will get ignited. It will come here and the value will have 7. Okay. Similarly, if somebody clicks dot, then dot is gonna come here in the value. Fine. So now the logic which I will write here is, let's say document dot get element by ID. Where do I want this? When you click on 7 button, 7 gets printed where? In the text box. What is the ID which I have given in the text box? I have given result. So this is the ID which I'll write here. Okay. Now here what I want, that, let's say this is not value. Okay. This is val. And here, whatever is the value, right, it should get added to val. Now understand what is happening. You know this symbol, right? Plus equal to. What is the meaning of this? Whatever is the value already present in the text box, it should get added with the value which user has now pressed on. Suppose I have pressed 7. Okay. 7 is already there in the text box. Now I'm clicking on plus. So when you click on plus, plus ignites this method. It comes here, val becomes plus, and with 7, which was the earlier value, with 7, plus also gets included. Suppose after that you have clicked on 8. So 8 comes to val, and then 8 gets added with this value. So it becomes this much. It's keep on adding whatever buttons you will click, it will keep on adding it. Okay. In display method, in which parameter we will get the click event data. In display method, in which parameter? Val method, val parameter. Val is that parameter where this all data will come, 7, 8, 9 plus. Val it will come and val will get added. I hope you have understood, Saran. Just now I explained how it gets added, right? So even if you write, then again minus you're using, then 9. So it'll keep on adding those things. It'll keep on concatenating all those things. Okay. So this is what is display function doing, correct? So let's check it out. Let's go to the browser. Let me show the browser. Let's save this. So if I click 3, 3 should get printed in the text box. If I click minus, minus is getting printed in the text box. If I click on 6, 6 is getting printed in the text box. Plus anything, whatever you click, it's getting into the text box. Equal to, no. Dot is going, C, nothing is happening. So C and equal to is not working right now, but all other buttons are working, correct? Let's come to the code. Thank you, Aditya. Please do so because you learn a lot, okay? Whatever knowledge I have, I'm just sharing it with you all so that you can understand all of the things very easily. Again, I have to write a code for equate right now. So what I can do, equate. Does equate have any parameter or argument? No. I'm going to just keep it empty, right? And now this is the most important functionality which you have to understand. So I'm taking a variable and I'm saying that whatever is inside the result, whatever is inside the result, whatever value is there, you please bring it to X. Okay? Whatever value is there in result, right now, if you look at the browser, what value do we have? We have 3 minus 6 plus multiply 9, 6, and some random thing is there. This whole thing will get inside X. Fine, it will get inside X. Now what? Now what we'll do, we'll take another variable and we'll use a predefined method here, which is eval. Okay, so I'm using eval here. What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is that it's gonna evaluate the X value. So whatever expression we have received in X, eval is gonna evaluate it and the result is going to save in Y. Okay, and then what we will do, we will print it, right? Where we'll print it? In the same result ID we are going to print it. So I'm going to put up here as value and Y. Why I'm not writing inner HTML? You can write it, but because it's a value, I'm writing it as value. It's gonna print the value. So whatever Y value is there, whatever Y is storing, it's gonna get printed in result ID. Fine. That is what equate should do. That's what it is doing. So let's go to the browser and let's save this. And let's say I'm putting 2 plus 9. Okay. Equate thing we have already written. So if I click on it, it's giving me 11. Let's do it again. Now I can't erase this because C is not working. C का command हमने लिखा नहीं अभी तक, तो C अभी work कर नहीं रहा है, तो add कर देते हैं 11 में ही. 11 in 11, let's say I'm multiplying it with 8, and again I'm adding it with 5. Again I'm subtracting it with 14. कुछ भी, ठीक है? Now equate. So it's solving, it's evaluating and giving me the answer. Now understand this kind of explanation, if you'll give it to the interviewer, how easy it will be for you and for the interviewer to understand. अभी अगर आप जाके सर्च करोगे कैलकुलेटर का प्रोग्राम HTML CSS जावास्क्रिप्ट में गूगल में, you will find this also, but you will find also the hard ones. और उसको समझाने में तो दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा, ठीक है? So you have to be very strict about what kind of coding you're writing, how many lines of code you are writing, and how easy you are making it. Okay. Question will be the same. Question will be that you have to write a program for calculator. It can be small, it can be big. That doesn't matter to the interviewer, right? You have to make your code as easy as you can. Now the next method is clear, correct? So I'm going to write it here. Now this is very easy. What do I want here? Whenever a user is clicking on that particular button, it should clear out the text area. What is the text area? Result. So document dot get element by ID result. Here I'm going to put again value because I want a value to be empty. I'm keeping it empty. Bas itna hi. Let's go to browser. Let's save this. 36 plus 69 equal to whatever answer is coming. If I click on C, wait. Don't tell me it's not working. Okay. Somewhere we have done some mistake. Let's check out. Clear document.getNumber result dot value. Clear function is written. There's something wrong here. This should be empty only. Let's say if I'm writing here 0, we can do that as well, right? So let's say if I'm going back, let's say I'm putting anything. If I click on it, this button itself not working. What is wrong in the function? Can you guys see anything? Any particular way where I have written something wrong? I cannot find it. Wait a second. Why is it not working? Let's go to inspect. Let's check out. This is fine. Clear is there. Anybody can find anything. This is also your test. I've written here clear function. I've given here clear document.get element by id result dot value equal to. If I'm giving 0 here also 0 should come, right? What is going wrong here? Okay, let me do something. Okay. I was not expecting this. It should work, but okay, fine. So I think C button is not working. Will not waste time. Okay. We'll check out what is the problem here. Try to put some console login clear function and check. That's not gonna give me anything even if I do that. Let's say I'm putting here a 0 value. So whenever this gets clicked, that should run, right? The C button itself is not getting clicked. What is the problem here? Okay, there is some issue. Okay. I have no idea what is wrong here, but please check out in your programs also. If somebody is doing with me, then please let me know if you guys are facing the same issue. I'm trying to find out what is the error. because I believe everything is right. It's a button itself, so it should get clicked. Okay. Uh, Try it out. Okay. Please. Yeah, you can do that. Whatever you are saying, Saran, to move to mouse down, you can do that. You can check it out whether it is working or not. But I think only the C button is not working. So try to figure it out. It's the same way. You have to put here the same thing. You have to put document.getLine by ID. I think somewhere some problem is there. So it's not showing me. My button itself is not working. So I think there is some problem here. Should not happen. Yeah, but this is the thing. So you got an assignment. Okay, do this. I think on mouse down should also work, but try to figure it out. I'll move to the next project because I have planned that in 1 hour I should at least do 2 projects, because otherwise you'll be complaining that you have already only done one. So I'll move to the next one. Please check out how you can do this, right? So that you can also learn something that why it is not happening. Okay. So I'm going to go to the next file and let me see which one I can do it. 1 second. So let's do a to-do list. Okay. So let me open it up. Okay. Okay, let's get started with this one. Fine. So I'm in my Visual Studio Code. Let's create here to-do list .html. Can you check my previous question? Try changing the event to mouse down. Okay, let's do that. This one, right? Let's say on mouse down. That's what you're saying, correct? And I'll keep these things as it is. Let's save this. Let's go back. Let's try it out. No, on mouse down is also not working. There is some event problem, or maybe I'm missing somewhere some particular text or word. Okay, something is missing there. Something very small is missing there. Check out, you will be able to understand. It's not a very big problem. You will be able to find the mistake. Let's go to to-do list because this is gonna be a complicated one, and I want to finish it as early as possible because we have another session at 3:15. So try to understand this one. Okay, the calculator one, do not worry, you can do it. You have to just research a little bit, and you will be able to find it. Okay, understanding to-do list project. Fine. So this is the project we are going to start now. So let's understand how we are going to do this. First of all, let me go back to my browser, open with live server. I hope you can see understanding to-do list project. Okay, let's come back and let's write first of all the HTML, and then we'll slowly move into the JS part. I'm not going to put here any CSS, okay, because the main functionality of to-do list is the JS part. You should understand how JavaScript is written, and that will be done. So I'm not going to write CSS. I'm going to basically make sure that you understand the JavaScript part. So here I'm going to write a div, okay, and to this div I am going to give h1, where I'm just going to write a heading. So let's say to-do list. Okay, the next, inside this I'm going to give 2 spaces. Okay, after h1, and I'm going to again create another div. Inside this div I'm going to create the form, because that's where you need to put the list which you want to work with, right? So whatever is your work which you want to do, let's say that you are creating a to-do list. What is the to-do list? To-do list is basically what all things you want to do in the day, in your current day. So let's say I want to write woke up at 8 a.m. then studying at 10 a.m. These things I want to write. So where I will write, I'll write it in a text box, right? So that's what I'm creating here. So let's say I'm creating a div here, and here I'm putting up an input. Okay, and in this input I'm going to put here type text, because text should be there. I'm going to put a placeholder also, and I'm going to write all your tasks here. This is what is the placeholder. Okay, then I'm going to give an ID. Let's say I'm putting an ID as box, and next I'm going to just give an style. In style, why I'm giving it style? Because I want the length of the input text box to be a little bit much more bigger. I'm just going to give here viewport width. Okay, pixel also you can give viewport width. That viewport width I'm giving because maybe Chrome I can minimize or maximize. So once you minimize or maximize, this width will also increase and decrease. So that's why I've given viewport this much. Let's close this. Let's hit enter. So input is done now. Now after input, let's give a br tag and let's create another div here. In this div, what we are going to do is we are going to put up all my list. Whatever list will be coming, that I'll be putting up here. But before list, we also have to put one button, right? So that when you put the work, or when you put the task, you have to hit enter, then only the data will be saved. So here I'll create the enter button. And what I'm going to do, input type, inside type I'll write button. I'm creating a button so that once you write woke up at 8 a.m., once you hit enter, woke up at 8 a.m., the data will get saved. Okay, it will show you down. So type button, and here I'm going to use an value. I'm just going to put an value as enter or save. Okay, this is the value which I've given. Then I'm going to also give an style where I'm going to give a width of 10 VW, again viewport width. Okay, the next I'm going to put here is on click. One second, this should be closed here. And in on click, I'll be putting up a function. Why a function? Because when you click the enter button function we have to write now, that what it should do. So that I will write here on click. Let's say add item. Okay, fine. Now after this, I'm going to close it. So this is my input which I have done. Now after this div, let's see where is my form getting started. My form is getting started here. This div is closed. This div is also closed. So form is also closed, and this div is also closed. Now after the form is closed, we have to print all our tasks, right? All the tasks, whatever you have included in the text box, it has to show all the tasks, that whatever task you have saved for yourself. So here I'm going to put one more div. Okay, one more div, and inside this div we are going to create a list. So let's say I am putting up here as ul. Okay, and in this ul all the li should come, right? So I'll just keep it like this. Fine. Now understand, when I will write a JavaScript code for this, for JavaScript code we need some of the classes, we need some of the IDs, okay, to work with. So in ul we are going to give some ID. So let's say in the ID I'm going to give here list item. Okay, this is the ID which I've given to the ul, so that in JavaScript when we use this, we use the name ID. We don't use ul, we use ID. And in this div we are going to use a class. We are going to give it here as a row. Also one more div will give a row, which is this one. Okay, this class is having row. Okay, now here also we'll give some of the classes. The first class is input group. I'll tell you why we are giving these classes. This will be used in JavaScript. So I'm giving here input group, and all other things are fine here. Just one more class here, form group. Value, enter, save. Fine, this is fine. Let's save this. Let's go back to my browser and let's understand what is it doing. So if I go back, you can see to-do list is the heading. Write all your tasks here. Whatever task I'll write here, I can write here and then enter, save. But it's not looking properly, so I'm going to increase the width of it. So also I'm going to give one more BR here. Okay, now you can see, now it looks perfect. Now if I write here anything, let's say that I'm writing here, woke up at 8 a.m. If I click on enter, save, what should happen? This woke up 8 a.m. should be coming down below, okay, as a list form, in a list form. So once I click enter, save, woke up 8 a.m. should coming here, and then I can remove this and I can write another task. Suppose if I write something like this, and again when I click on enter, save, this thing should also come after woke up at 8 a.m. So all the tasks should get added in that list, like a stack, like a list. Okay, so that I want to do now. So how we can do that? Let's come back to the code, and now we have to do this using our JavaScript. So clearly understand here, because this is the most important part. So we are going to start up with the script, okay, and understand what all the things we are going to write here. We have only one function in our code, which is add item, right? I don't remember if I have given an underscore there. Add item is normally written. Okay, this is my function. This is my function. Okay, now the first thing, I'm going to take up a variable, let's say let item. Okay, and I'm going to take everything whatever user is putting inside the text box. So if you look at the text box, I have given an ID there. What is the ID for given to the text box? A box, right? So whatever content is there in that text box, it should come and get stored in item variable. So how I can fetch that? Document dot get element by ID. I'll give here the ID, which is box, and here I'm going to write semicolon. So everything whatever is coming, whatever is given in the box will come inside item. It will get stored. The next I'm going to take one more variable, list item. Okay, and what I'm going to do is whatever is there in the list item, where is list item? Can you see here the ID list item? So whatever will be there here should come and get saved into list item. Right now it's empty, right? So fine, this is also done. Now what next? Two variables we have created and this is done. What next? Understand, if suppose you have not written anything in the text box, if you have not written anything in the text box, this item variable will be empty. It will be, right? Because you have not written anything in the text box, so this item value will be empty. So item dot value, if it is not equal to empty, then something should happen. If this is not equal to empty, we will write all the codes. We will write whatever logic we need to write. But suppose if this is empty, not empty, we are going to write the logic. But if it is empty, then what you do, we have to write the else part. We have to write the else, and in the else we will write here alert message. We are going to just say, please add the task to the item. Okay, fine. What do you think, whether it will work or not? So let's go ahead and see it. So if I go to the browser, If I save this, suppose I'm just clicking on enter save. It gives me please add the task to the item. Why? Because this text box is empty. And because this text box is empty, the variable item is not having anything. And because the item variable is not having anything, item value is not equal to empty is gonna be false. Because it is false, it's going to the alert, and that's why it's giving me a alert message, please add the task to the item. Fine, this much we have understood. Now we have to write the main logic, right? So that every item is getting added inside the list. Now understand this in a very easy manner, because here something new comes in, right? Which I have not explained you earlier. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a variable make li, okay, and I'm going to use one function. Now understand what is this function. See, we know that we can create an element using HTML, right? We can write an HTML element like li tag, p tag, h1 tag, h3 tag, a tag, img tag, because it's the part of HTML. You can create those tags because it is already given in HTML. But in JavaScript, these tags are not given, right? In JavaScript, we don't use tags. We just use functions or events, something like that, right? But there is a way how you can create tags using JavaScript. Understanding? You can create tags using JavaScript. And if you remember, tags contain element, right? So this is the function which will help you to create a tag using JavaScript. So I'm going to write here, create element. Yes, correct. That's the correct answer, Samir. Very good. Yeah. So yeah, clear is a predefined word. 1 second, where is calculator? I'll just complete this. So here we can use here CLR and we can use here CLR. Okay. I think now it should work. I'll keep it as value and also remove this. Let's save this. Let me go back to my browser. Yeah, so 23 plus 96 equal to, when I click C, it's gone. Yes, thank you so much, Samir. So this was the problem. I was knowing there was some error, a very minimum error, like the small one. Perfect, but it works. So fine, let's move ahead. Let's complete the to-do list. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm using a create element command to create a tag. Now you can understand which tag I have to create. See, I have written UL, but have I written li here? I have not written li. Why I have not written li? Because I don't have any value. In HTML right now, I don't have any value. When the user will put the task in the text box, then only I will get the value, right? So here I'll create an element using JavaScript. Which element? Li element. You don't have to use the angular brackets. No, you're using a command create element, not create tag. There is no method called as create tag. Okay, so it's create element. I'm writing the element name, which is li, and it's done. So now what I can do, I can write something else. So let's say make li dot append child. I'll make you understand what is this. Append child document dot create text node. Text node inside which item value will come. Now understand what I've written. This is not that complex. It's just that I've used some other methods. That's why you are finding it difficult, but it's not. I'll make you explain. See, I've created the element, and this, what I've created the element is an li tag, which is inside which variable? Make li variable. So inside this make variable, what is happening? This is something like this. So it has created the starting tag. It has created the starting tag of li. After this, I have to write the value which you will write in the text box. So make li dot append child. Append means adding. So after this li tag, I want to add the value. What value? The value which is there in the text box. So I'm creating a text node. Text node means a normal text. When you say create element, that means creating an element, a tag. But creating a text node means creating a text. Which text? Take it from item.value. So in item, what is the value getting stored? Whatever I'll put in the text box. So that value is getting stored here. So let's say li, and then it is appending. So let's say I've written here woke up at 8 a.m. So woke up at 8 a.m. This is what it's gonna do. Okay, this is what is getting appended. This was the value which is getting appended. Now after this, what I have to do? So do you remember this list item variable, right? So what I'm going to do here is list item, okay, dot append child, and here I'm going to write make li. Now understand what is happening. What was this list item? This list item was containing the value which is there in list item in this ID, right? So what is there in this ID? I think this value, right? This value is there inside that ID. So what I'm doing, I'm writing whatever is there in list ID, append it with make li. What is make li? Make li is this tag. So what's gonna happen? This is already there. Now this is going to close it because I'm appending. So to this, I'm appending li tag. It's ending it. It is appending and it is ending the make li. Fine. Now this much is done. Once this is pasted, once my first task is pasted, I can make my item value empty. I can make my item value empty, right? Because my first task is added in my li. In my list, my first tag is added. So I can use this. Fine. Now let's check out. So if I go to my browser, save this. Suppose if I'm writing here, woke up at 8 a.m. If I click on enter save, it is coming here as a list. This list I have not created using HTML. This list I have created using JavaScript by using create element and create text node function. So by using this, it is coming here. Let's say if I'm writing something else. At 10 a.m. I am going to study. It's going after that, right? Why is it going after that? Because I've written the code like that. This thing is creating those lists. This thing is creating those lists, and all these things are coming up as a list. Now suppose what I want to do, if I click on this, if I click on any of the tasks, I want to remove it. Let's say you've created the list. You have woke up at 8 a.m. Okay, you are done with it. So do you want to remove this task? Obviously, right? So you can click on it and it gets removed. Right now it's not happening because I've not written the logic. So now let's write the logic. So if I go to my code, what logic I will write here to remove the elements? What I'll do here is, see which thing I'm clicking on. Li tag. Is there any li tag in HTML? No. Is there any li tag in JavaScript? Yes. What is the name of it? Make li. So make li dot on click. When I click on this particular variable, which is having the li tag and all, one anonymous function will get executed. What this anonymous function will do, it will go to that li. Okay, it will go to that li. In that, whatever is the parent node, from there it will remove the child. Okay, from there it will remove the child of this. Now understand what is happening here. Make li is the li tag. When you click that, one function will get triggered, which is an anonymous function. This dot parent node, this means that particular tag which you are pointing at. I'm pointing at li. From that parent node is ul. For li, what is the parent node? Ul. From the ul, remove the child, which is this itself. That means which I'm clicking. The child which I'm clicking. Child can be many, right? You can have 100 tasks, all are child only, all are child of UL. But I want to only remove that one which we are clicking on. So if I save this and if I go back to my browser, if I write here, let's say I'm writing here, woke up at 8 a.m. Sorry. Woke up, enter save, studying, enter save, sleeping, that is also in my task, enter save, and I'm just clicking on studying. So which one you are clicking, that's gonna get deleted. If I'm clicking on sleeping, that's gonna get deleted. So which one I'm clicking, that is going to get deleted. And that's why I've written here parent node is UL. Remove child is the all the allies. From all the allies, which one you want to remove? This one. Which one? Which I'm clicking. Understood? So this is your to-do list. I hope you have no confusion in this. Okay. So now it's already working. Both calculator and to-do list is working. Thank you so much, Samir, for the solution of calculator. And yeah, I hope you have understood this. I'll meet you again after 15 minutes. 3:15, I'll again start one session. We'll again do two more projects. And I hope you have understood this. Please give me a thumbs up if I understood this. Please give me a thumbs up if you've understood this, so that I'll be able to understand that my explanation was good. Okay, if not, you can again watch the video. You can see whatever I have told for the functions and all, and you'll be able to understand. Okay, please do let me know. At least 1%, somebody please say that you have understood or you have not understood. In the next session again I can repeat. Okay, I'm just waiting. Please give me a comment. Okay, now so you can join the Telegram channel so that you'll get an update when my next live session is coming on, and you can join the Telegram channel so that you can also get the codes as well. Also, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is CodeBeyond, and also please hit like. Do not just watch it and just leave it. Please hit like and also share it with your relatives. Say that the explanation of the projects are very clear here and you can understand everything, right? Please give me a thumbs up, guys. Anybody? Aditya, Saran, Amit, if you're there, Levis, if you're there. If you have understood these all things, then please just let me know if you have got it. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. I'll meet you really soon, just after 5 minutes at 3:15, and we'll understand some more.